the unit count of units lost of drewbie is not in a good position to be with IdrA, and he is just now getting this mining base because see, drewbie's saying it's not balanced. That patch 1.1 is coming out for those of you who haven't heard in mid-September, and they're adding quite a few significant changes, including Zealot nerf, Reaper nerf, and well, no significant nerf for the Zerg, I guess, but you can find the details on the community website of StarCraft 2, so you guys should check that patch out. And yes, IdrA has got this expansion. And none of the forces are moving out, and drewbie should have pushed with the forces he had when he had them, and when IdrA didn't have anything, but now IdrA has gathered up his forces again, and looks like, oh, that scan going down right there. drewbie is going to see the bulk of IdrA's forces, and he is going to retreat. But 183 supply for IdrA, and I wonder what the... And 194 supply for Terran. This is not where IdrA wants to be. Oh, it looks like they're doing a little, little circle around for IdrA and drewbie's forces, but IdrA is closing on this orbital command. I mean, planetary fortress. Yes, yes. And drewbie's forces are not in a good position to defend this. And if he lifts this, oh no, he can't lift off the planetary fortress, so looks like that expansion is going down to IdrA because of the bad positioning of drewbie's forces. But if IdrA's force decides to come down, they will be met by this huge Terran army, and IdrA being smart enough not to confront that. But with all these infestors, if fungal growth goes down on them, just the same confrontation that's been happening at this exact same spot is going to happen again and again. IdrA losing all his forces, drewbie losing most of his forces, and perhaps they'll just repeat and repeat until all the resources on the map are mined out. And then I wonder what they'll do, what they'll do after that, if that ever happens. Looks like it is going to perhaps even go that far, because if they do, I don't know, whoever has most units right there then wins. All comes down to micro. Funny, this is like exactly the opposite of the, I don't know if you guys have witnessed the Master Asia versus TT1 match where they, well, I won't spoil it to you, but if you haven't seen it, you have to see it. It is an hour long, but it is nothing like this match. It is exactly perhaps the opposite of this match. If you guys haven't seen that match, it's probably one of the funniest StarCraft matches in the history of StarCraft gaming. You guys have to go see that cast. Go on HT's channel. HT StarCraft has a great cast of Master Asia versus TT1. Now getting back to this match, looks like they're just gonna sit here and not move out. And there are the Broodlords. Well, I just should have gotten them, like, I don't know, half an hour earlier, but still, better late than never. These Broodlords were exactly what he needed, probably to rip up this Marauder ball. And I think with enough Broodlords, these Ultralisks can pack quite a punch against the units that will be left. So yes, IdrA is getting Broodlords. Let's take a look at the units. I guess these 5 Broodlords are the only ones in production. IdrA is moving out to the left. I wonder what he's going to do with his forces, but... here come the 5 Broodlords. This is exactly what IdrA needed. Now it looks like drewbie is building another command center to probably place here, but ooh, IdrA taking that risky expansion. I don't think he knows that this hatchery is right about to be. Oh, and he doesn't even have time to cancel it. Just got sniped. IdrA is going to move his forces again, and drewbie isn't going to move out. You know what IdrA needs? IdrA needs Kerrigan. Like, Blizzard should do something about this thing where, like, if a game goes on for more than 40 minutes, they should be able to spawn, like, hero units. I don't know. They should give them Kerrigan versus Hyperion Hyperion. But I don't know. This is ridiculous. Just same units over and over again. I mean, at least IdrA got the Brood Lords, but again, I don't know how this is going to work. Oh, and these Broodlords with insanely long range are going to spawn Broodlings and get some Broodlings off all on that command center and those forces. But wow, drewbie like 4 before that one got taken out. Oh, looks like that big confrontation is going to happen. The Broodlords are going to attack. Well, the Broodlords should be attacking, not the Thor, but these Marauders right here. And these Speedlings are going to try to surround. Oh, this fungal growth going off. Great usage on fungal growth. Now those Broodlords are just going to eat away at drewbie's forces. And uh-oh, this is not in a good position to be for drewbie. IdrA has used a combination of Broodlords. Knew it. That's exactly what he needed. Broodlords, right? He has used a combination of Broodlords and fungal growth to trap all of drewbie's forces. And drewbie has no forces now. Oh, he does have that Marauder ball moving out, but I don't think that's going to be enough to deal with all these Broodlords, because the Broodlords can just eat through infantry, eat through Bioballs, and these Ultralisks all survived because the Speedlings took out all the mech. What a great unit composition for IdrA. Now what he does need is some anti-air to take out those minivacs. That could have cleaned them up even faster, because those minivacs can just heal the infantry, but even without the anti-air, it looks like, oh, IdrA is going to move out again. Perhaps not, no. Those Broodlords are just going to eat away at them with their insanely long range, siege range. And the bulk of drewbie's forces is also not anti-air, so that means IdrA's Broodlords are just going to get free pot shots off. And here comes IdrA's main forces moving out. And Speedlings from the flank combined with Infester's fungal growth. This has been, wow, what a great unit composition usage. And all these drewbie's units are going to go down against this great flank, and a few Vikings coming out, but a little late for that. Those Broodlords have just caused so much havoc. I don't think there's any Terran force out in the map that can deal with this. The Terrans now have no mining base, since the only mining base just got taken out. That means he'll have no resources to make any more units. On the other hand, let's look at the income. See, 0 income. On the other hand, IdrA, I want you to take a moment and reflect. IdrA has mining bases, so wow, IdrA is quite angry at drewbie for dragging on a match this long. But looks like he is going to get the winning hand. There's nothing drewbie can do now, because IdrA has forces to protect any of the mining expansions, and if drewbie doesn't mine, then he's just, I mean, he just has 55 resources. This is all the forces he has, and there's now drewbie all he can do is just talk and wait for IdrA to just get enough forces to destroy all his buildings, or GG. Oh, looks like drewbie is going to move out with the small force he has. I wonder how much damage he can cause. He is not going to give up yet, but IdrA is the only one, well, only one out of 2 players, that can build units, the only one mining, so drewbie, what a game, what a game. Drewbie is trying to confront this main force. Perhaps he can destroy the Ultralisks, but I don't think that's enough. And if those Infestors cast yes, fungal growth, that's a goner. I believe that's GG right there. And those Ultralisks just rip through. Look at how many air forces he has. IdrA has no air forces. It's just, okay, GG, and drewbie leaves. Wow. That was probably one of the longest games I've seen, and IdrA probably was not very happy. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that match. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. I wouldn't blame you if you probably aren't watching this because you quit the replay halfway through. But that was quite